The truth is simple yet powerful, and it hits with a quiet thunder that shakes the inside of every person who hears it, because sometimes greatness begins not with loud moments or giant victories, but with a single realization that you are far more powerful than the shadows that chase you. You are far stronger than the weight that tries to bend you, and far more capable than the limits you once believed were unbreakable. And before the world calls you a fighter, before anyone recognizes the strength you carry, there comes a moment when you understand something deep, something sharp, something electrifying. He is a mad menace out there, moving like a storm, without warning, striking without pause. But even storms fear mountains, and you are that mountain. Before we go deeper, breathe in this moment and hear these words with your soul. If this speech touches you, if it stirs something sleeping inside you, then let your heart guide your actions. Support this message by tapping. Subscribe with all the sincerity inside you. Give a gentle like that symbolizes your strength, and leave a comment sharing your journey, because your voice matters and your story could lift someone who feels alone in their fight. Your support turns this motivation into a movement, and your presence here is part of something larger than you imagine. You have to understand something about the darkness that follows you. It does not chase you because you are weak. It hunts you because you are the only one with the potential to end it. Once you realize that once you see it clearly, everything shifts. The shadows grow uneasy, the threats become less certain. You are the one thing he fears, the one presence he cannot break. You are the fracture in his power, the limit to his reach, the end to his reign. He thrives on people who doubt themselves, who walk with their heads lowered, who fear the path in front of them. But when you rise, when your eyes stop shaking, when your voice stops hiding, the menace, trembling in his own shadows, realizes the truth. You are here, and you are not moving. There comes a point when life pushes you so hard that you either shatter completely or awaken into something new. You have felt those moments, the nights where your breath felt heavy, the days where your steps felt slow, the seasons where nothing seemed to change even when you begged for relief. But what you did not notice was the transformation taking place in secret. Every trial reshaped you. Every scar taught you. Every setback sharpened you. Life was not breaking you. Life was forging you into the one force he could not crush. You became unbreakable by enduring the very storms sent to silence you. Every time you refused to give up, you built a new layer of power. Every time you cried but continued forward, you carved strength into your bones. Every time you felt alone but kept walking anyway, you created a path that no darkness could erase. He did not expect this transformation. He did not expect your heart to continue glowing through the pain. He thought pressure would destroy you. He thought hardship would bend you into nothing. But instead, it created a version of you he never saw coming. You have to understand the truth about fear. Fear is not the presence of danger. Fear is the belief that you are smaller than the threat in front of you. But look closely, look honestly. The menace standing in your way is not a giant. He is only loud. His shadow only feels large because he wants you to believe he is beyond your reach. But shadows grow big only when the light behind you is strong. And that light is your strength, your courage, your story. He stands tall only until you decide to stand taller. He roars only until your silence grows too steady, too calm, too powerful for his storm to touch. In every battle, whether silent or loud, there comes a turning point, a moment where one side realizes the other cannot be moved. You are reaching that point now, the moment of awakening, the moment of grounding, the moment of becoming immovable. He is starting to feel it, that subtle shift in your eyes, that quiet rise in your spirit, that heavy truth in the air that says, "You cannot break me anymore. Your strength is not loud. It does not need to be." Your strength is the kind that changes the entire atmosphere when you enter a room, the kind that speaks without speaking, the kind that makes enemies hesitate and storms slow down. Your presence alone is far more powerful than the chaos he tries to unleash. And the reason is simple. You have nothing left to fear. You have walked through darkness. You have endured things that could have crushed you. You have survived moments no one knows about. You have fought silent battles that few could understand. And through all of it, you kept your heart breathing. That kind of resilience cannot be taught, and it cannot be defeated. He fears that. He fears your endurance. He fears your growth. He fears your awakening. He fears the moment you realize you were born to lead, not to be hunted. You were shaped for greatness, not for fear. You were built for impact, not for retreat. And the moment you claim that truth, the menace loses all of his power. There is something extraordinary happening inside you right now. Something shifting, something rising, something ancient, like a quiet storm that knows its own strength. You are no longer reacting. You are responding. You are no longer running. You are standing. You are no longer questioning your worth. You are defending it with every breath. And once that happens, once your spirit plants its roots, no threat can pull you out of the ground you have claimed. There will be whispers of doubt. There will be echoes of fear. There will be voices telling you to walk backward, to shrink, to soften. But those voices are fading because they are not yours. They are the words of someone who sees your potential and trembles at what you might become. They are the last, desperate attempts of a menace who realizes he cannot hold you down once you understand who you really are. And who you really are is someone unstoppable. Every great transformation starts with a moment of clarity. Yours is happening now. You are beginning to see the truth beneath the noise. You are beginning to understand why life challenged you so deeply. You are beginning to feel the strength that was always yours, but was once hidden behind doubt. You are beginning to walk in the power that was waiting beneath the fear. You are beginning to rise into the role you were born for. The one destiny was preparing you for long before you even knew you could fight. You are the one thing he fears because you are the one person who does not back down. You do not fold. You do not surrender. You do not let darkness decide your fate. You stand even when your legs shake. You rise even when your heart feels heavy. You fight even when your spirit is tired. But the most powerful part is this. You believe in something bigger than the fear. He can strike. He can shout. He can threaten. But he cannot touch the fire burning inside you. And he knows it. This is your moment. The shift, the awakening, the realization that you are not defined by fear. You are defined by what you do despite fear. And right now, you are choosing to rise. Rise into strength. Rise into courage. Rise into the kind of person who walks forward, even when shadows try to follow. Rise into the kind of warrior who carries silence like a shield and resilience like a blade. Rise into the kind of soul who becomes a light in a world that sometimes forgets its own brightness. He is a mad menace out there, moving with rage, noise, confusion. But you are calm, powerful, grounded, unstoppable. He fights with chaos. You fight with purpose. He fights with fear. You fight with truth. He tries to break everything you stand for, but he cannot break what he cannot reach, and he cannot reach the deeper parts of you, the parts built through hardship, the parts strengthened by storms, the parts sharpened by loss, the parts polished by time, the the parts that fear nothing, because you have already survived so much. You are the one thing he fears, and the moment you embrace that, the moment you breathe into it with complete certainty, the moment you speak it into existence with your actions, the world around you begins to change. Paths open, doors appear, strength awakens, confidence expands, and suddenly the menace who once towered over your life seems small compared to the giant you have become. So stand tall, not because you want to be seen, but because you refuse to be pushed down. Stand firm, not because you seek attention, but because you know your worth. Stand brave, not because fear is gone, but because you are stronger than it. Stand powerful, not because darkness has vanished, but because your light is brighter. And remember this, every step you take now is a step away from who you were and a step closer to who you are destined to become. Every breath you take now is a promise to your future self. Every choice you make now is a declaration of your strength. He does not fear your past. He fears your future. He fears your rise. He fears your awakening. He fears the unstoppable force you are becoming. He fears your light, and he should, because you are the one thing he fears, and you are just getting started. So let this truth settle deep into your soul, because what is rising inside you right now is not a moment. It is a turning point. It is the point where fear loses its grip and strength begins to take its rightful place within you. You are walking into a version of yourself that the menace never expected. A version forged from patience, built from endurance, shaped by challenges and strengthened through every moment you refuse to quit. And each step you take forward pulls you further away from the grasp he once had on your spirit. He watches you now with an unease he cannot hide, because he sees something shifting. He sees the fire in your eyes, the steadiness in your breath, the quiet determination in your steps. He sees that you are no longer falling for the illusions he once used to keep you fearful. You are no longer believing the whispers that told you that you were small. You are no longer bending under pressures that once held you down. Something within you has risen. It has grown roots. It has taken hold, and it refuses to let you break again. There is a power in you that is older than doubt and stronger than any threat thrown at you. That power grows every time you refuse to sit in the ruins of yesterday, every time you stand up after a fall, every time you choose courage over retreat, every time you let pain shape you rather than silence you. That power is the very thing he fears. It is the part of you that cannot be controlled by fear and cannot be weakened by uncertainty. It is the part that knows you are made for something greater. You have walked through seasons that tried to drown your hope, but here you stand, unbroken. You have faced storms that tried to swallow your voice, but here you speak with clarity. You have endured nights where the world felt heavy and the future felt distant, yet here you rise stronger than the shadow that chased you. You have become a force he cannot weaken. You have become a spirit he cannot bend. You have become the one thing strong enough to break every hold he ever tried to place on you. And there is something powerful about someone who has risen from their own ashes, someone who has rebuilt themselves from the ground up, someone who has confronted their own darkness and refused to surrender to it. That kind of strength cannot be taught. That kind of power cannot be stolen. That kind of courage is born from truth, and truth is the one thing fear cannot stand against. He feels that truth now, creeping through the cracks of his confidence, shaking the foundation he once believed was unbreakable. He can sense that the balance is shifting against him, because the moment you embrace your strength, the moment you step into your own power, the moment you choose growth over fear, his influence begins to crumble. You are no longer reacting to fear. You are meeting it. You are no longer shrinking away. You are expanding. You are no longer running. You are walking forward with purpose. And every step is a declaration that you are done being hunted. You are done being pushed down. You are done letting fear decide your worth. Fear does not own you anymore. You own your path, and the menace who once felt unstoppable now sees the truth. You are rising higher than he can reach. This is the part of your story where the atmosphere changes, the part where the ground beneath the menace begins to tremble, because he finally understands that his power was never real. It only existed in your uncertainty. It only existed in the moments you doubted yourself. It only existed when you forgot what you carried inside you. But now you remember. Now your spirit is awake. Now your strength is active. And he cannot hide from that truth. He built his presence on the belief that you would not stand up. He relied on the idea that you would break under pressure. He counted on your silence. He expected your surrender. But your endurance surprised him. Your growth shook him. Your awakening shattered every expectation he had. And now he fears you because you have become the one thing he cannot predict and the one force he cannot break. There is nothing more powerful in this world than a person who has finally realized their worth. Because once you know who you are, once you feel your strength, once you trust your path, nothing can pull you back into the shadows of self-doubt. This is why he fears you, because your confidence is the end of his influence. Your courage is the fall of his control. Your rise is the collapse of everything he built to hold you down. Let this sink in deeply. He is loud, but you are greater. He is wild, but you are wiser. He is fierce, but you are focused. He moves with chaos, but you move with purpose. He tries to disrupt your path, but you walk with an unshakable spirit that cannot be redirected. You are the calm that frightens his storm. You are the strength that weakens his force. You are the truth that dismantles his disguise. Every moment you continue walking forward, you prove that he does not control your destiny. Every breath you take with courage is another sign that he cannot direct your future. Every decision to keep moving is a message that you see through the illusions he once used to frighten you. You are becoming too strong for his shadows to contain, too bright for his darkness to reach, too grounded for his threats to touch. This is your rise, the real rise. The rise that comes not from being fearless, but from choosing strength, even when fear whispers. The rise that forms not from perfection, but from persistence. The rise that grows not from comfort, but from courage. And this rise is exactly why he fears you, because he sees what you are becoming, and he knows he cannot stop it. The menace is not the end of your story. He is the spark that awakened your power, the challenge that revealed your strength, the resistance that carved your courage. And now, he stands before you, watching the shift. He never expected. Your eyes no longer hold fear. Your posture no longer bends. Your spirit no longer hides. You have become a presence that moves with purpose, a voice that speaks with clarity, a force that walks with intention. And this is only the beginning, because once a person rises, once a person awakens, once a person steps into the force they were always meant to be, the world around them begins to move. The path ahead becomes clearer. The storms behind lose their meaning. The future begins to open with possibilities that once felt distant. You are becoming the very thing he never wanted you to be. Confident, strong, determined, grounded, unshaken, unstoppable. You are the one thing he fears, because you are the only one who can break the hold he once had. And you are doing it step by step, breath by breath, moment by moment. Keep rising, Keep moving. Keep walking forward. The menace may roar, but your silence is stronger than his noise. Your heart is stronger than his chaos. Your strength is deeper than his reach. And your purpose is the one truth he cannot overcome. Because at the end of the day, he is a mad menace out there. But you are the one thing he fears. And you are the one force that can break everything he built. And now, as the air settles around you, there is a new quiet strength rising from within. A strength that does not boast. A strength that does not shout. A strength that simply exists with a power so steady that even the menace who once towered over your world begins to feel smaller and smaller. This is what happens when a person stops doubting their own light. The shadows lose their shape. The fear loses its weight. The threat loses its grip. He feels that. He feels every ounce of confidence you are reclaiming, every breath of courage you are drawing, every step of power you are stepping into. And nothing frightens him more. He spent so long believing you would never reach this moment, believing you would never break through, believing you would always be held down by uncertainty. But what he never understood is that people who endure storms develop roots that go deeper than fear. People who have faced nights of doubt grow hearts that beat stronger than any obstacle. People who rise from hardship become the kind of souls that darkness cannot sway. You are that soul now. You are that presence now. You are that force now. And the truth is this: you did not simply survive, you transformed. Survival is what you did in the past. Transformation is what you are doing now. This is not about escaping fear. This is about outgrowing it. This is not about avoiding the menace. This is about becoming the one presence he cannot stand against. This is not about trying to be strong. This is about realizing you already are. Every challenge you faced was shaping you. Every setback you endured was strengthening you. Every moment of doubt was teaching you how to anchor yourself more deeply in your purpose. And now, as you rise higher than the shadows you once feared, the menace begins to understand something he never saw coming. He realizes that every attempt to break you only sharpened you. Every moment he expected you to fall only taught you how to stand taller. Every weight he placed on you only built the muscle he now fears. And that fear is real. You can see it if you look closely. The way the shadows no longer stretch as far as they once did. The way his presence does not shake your spirit as it once did. The way his influence begins to crumble the moment you choose strength over hesitation. He knows he is losing ground. He knows the balance is shifting. He knows that you now hold the power he once tried to hide from you. He will try one last time to bring doubt back into your mind. That is what happens when fear realizes its time is ending. It tries to whisper old thoughts into your heart. Thoughts of not being enough. Thoughts of uncertainty. Thoughts of past failures. But hear this with your whole spirit. Those thoughts are not yours anymore. They belong to a version of you that no longer exists. They belong to a past that no longer controls your steps. They belong to a time when you did not know who you truly were. You have outgrown those thoughts. You have risen far beyond them. You have become someone new, someone powerful, someone grounded, someone unshaken. And the menace senses that truth more clearly than anyone else. He sees the fire in your silence. He sees the strength in your stillness. He sees the power in your presence, and he fears it with a depth he cannot hide. You are not simply moving forward. You are awakening. You are stepping into a version of yourself that was always waiting behind the pain, behind the struggle, behind the doubt. You are stepping into the role of the one person who can bring an end to the storm that once haunted you. You are stepping into the identity of someone who cannot be bent by fear, because you have lived through enough to know that fear is an illusion, and strength is your reality.